I have some tea. I'm literally so dramatic for like what? I quit my job. Ooh! So I quit my job. Let's talk about it. Grab a drink, have a seat, let's just get into it. I have my little lemon water with me to help keep me tame. I wish this was a margarita, but it's literally 3 p.m. There's no need for chaos at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So let's talk all things pivoting from a career that I literally went to school for, invested so much time and money for, went to grad school for, manifested on my vision board, and now I am, because stepping away from something that you've known for the past 5 to 6 years is terrifying, but also so liberating. Let's just get into it while I do my makeup routine. So I think we should kind of start with my background, because I know I have a lot of new faces on my YouTube and just in general on my socials that may not know about what I do. So I'd also like to preface this by saying this opinion is completely my own, and this is like my personal experience. And so I graduated with a bachelor's of science in business administration, specializing in finance. And then I also got a minor in accounting, because by the time I was graduating, I knew that I didn't want to pursue just completely finance. Like, I didn't want to be a finance bro. I didn't want to go into investment banking. I didn't want to help people figure out what to do with their money. It just was not my calling. That's why I did the minor in accounting, so that way I could just tack on more credits in hopes to be a CPA at the time. And before I graduated undergrad, I secured a internship with KPMG, the firm that I just quit from. But the agreement to get this internship was that I needed to go to grad school and get enough credits to be able to sit for the CPA exam, because I was still short on credits. So I ended up doing a master's of taxation at Portland State University, and it was a 1-year program in the peak of COVID, so just like a really weird time. I literally couldn't walk both my graduations. I did my full-time internship while balancing my grad school classes. Once the internship was done, I took about like a 6 to 8 month break, and then I officially signed on to the firm as a full-time associate in January of 2022. And then from there, the rest is kind of history. I survived a few busy seasons. Big 4 accounting is pretty much everything you anticipate it to be. I will say I haven't had a crazy like horror story at my job. I survived a few busy seasons and just like some crazy work weeks. And this was also while balancing social media. My social media started to get a lot bigger, and so ultimately I was just balancing my work life and my social media life, which was fine. It kind of felt like a Hannah Montana moment where you're just balancing these two lives. I didn't want to mix both, and then it really just came down to, you know, balancing this second life of mine. And I obviously like put a lot into my job. I mean, it was a full-time job. After logging off, I would invest all my time, like the whole rest of the day, to just do my social media things and make sure that I was up to date with things, that I wasn't late on any deadline, editing and all that jazz. And then eventually work just got way too busy to the point where I only had time to film content on the weekends, and my phone screen time would literally be around like 16 to 20 hours because I had to batch content. Like, I legit just didn't have the time or the energy at that point to film before or after work. It almost became unhealthy to a point because I just was not getting sleep. I would stay up super late. I would wake up, you know, at the crack of dawn to try to like, one, take care of myself by like going to the gym, having somewhat of a normal morning routine, while also trying to like respond to emails, to also film content, make sure my posting schedule was up to date. And all during that time, I was trying to pass my CPA exams, because that's like literally what I went to school for. I was still very accounting career driven, trying to study for these exams, trying to take these exams. I failed the FAR exam twice, and then I was scheduled to sit for audit because I was just like, you know what, maybe I just need to revisit FAR after I take audit. And literally a week before my exam date, I canceled. The whole process, I think I've lost like up to $800 because of the failing, and then 2, just like bailing on my appointment. From then on, I just kind of stopped studying for the CPA. At this moment in time, I'm really not interested in becoming a CPA, obviously. Like, I'm literally stepping away from this career. Ultimately, at this point, it's just getting really difficult for me to balance social media. It's getting difficult for me to accept collaborations at this time because of the amount of time that I had to spend for work. A lot of people just truly don't understand the severity of accounting. Like, I know when people think of accounting, you know, you think of tax returns, you know, the basics, and that's totally valid. Like, that's exactly what I was doing. Imagine doing it for multi-billionaire companies. You're not just doing taxes for a mom and pop shop. You're not just doing taxes for individuals necessarily. You're doing it for legitimate mega corporations. The amount of time spent on these engagements to prepare these tax returns, extensions, estimates, whatever, is a lot. During busy season, being scheduled 70 hours is not unheard of. Like, it's pretty common during peak busy season. I've had to work 4 weeks in a row where it was anywhere from 70 to 80 hours, and that was like the lowest point of my life. At that point, you legit do not have time to step away from the computer for like a leisurely walk. You simply don't, you know? Your weekends are shot, you can't make plans, you can't really take time for yourself. You're Uber eating, you know, the firm expenses, stuff like that, because they know that you're not gonna have the time to step away from your computer. So if I was scheduled for, you know, for a month for 70, 75 hours, I truly do not have the time to accept brand deals, campaigns, collaborations. I don't have the time to sit down and even put on makeup, you know? I would show up at the office without any makeup, or you're like just crawling to your computer after logging off at 3 a.m. There's just no way that I was gonna get ready, do my makeup, put on a cute outfit to try to film a campaign. I'm gonna do my eyeliner really quick off the camera. Wings are on, so let's continue. Anyways, I just was getting to a point of burnout, and I started having thoughts of like, you know, what if I quit? You know, what if I ultimately step away from this career that I've given so much time, energy, and money into? I mean, grad school legit is not cheap. The amount of time that I invested in this career is just insane. It was really hard for me to even fathom walking away. Also, just like the job security, you know, like taxes aren't going anywhere. There's only 2 things that are guaranteed in life, is paying your taxes and dying. Accounting isn't going anywhere. So there's a lot of security in that, and it made me feel good that I was able to attain this job that was literally on my vision board. It felt good to have consistent income, you know, because social media income is very inconsistent. You know, you can have great months, you can have bad months where you're just kind of scraping by. But ultimately, it's like, it's your thing, you know what I mean? So obviously a year and a half goes by, and now I'm sitting down making this video. So ultimately what led to my decision to depart from the firm was, one, just didn't get fulfillment from the work that I was doing. I mean, it's really hard to get fulfilled at a job where you have to prepare tax returns for mega billionaire companies. Another element is the pay. I know there's like some weirdness around this, but as grateful as I am for the salary that I was able to have as, you know, a 24-year-old, put it in plain words, I just didn't think it was enough compensation for the amount of work that myself and my peers had. We did not get paid overtime. I don't know if that's like all big 4 firms are like that, or if most accounting firms are like that, but we did not get paid overtime. You just get, you know, a free meal, you get an expensed meal. My salary is attractive as a young woman in her 20s. The amount of overtime hours just didn't add up to what I was getting compensated for, and I had brands that offered me like more than my monthly pay, and I was like, I can do this. And I was able to negotiate with brands for more than my monthly pay. So it's just insane because I can do these things. I have all these different streams of income with social media, from like affiliate links, you know, Amazon, like to know it, brand deals, all that stuff. And I was like, I just, you know, had a light bulb moment, like I can actually do this, you know, I just need to be consistent. I also do have a little bit more security stepping away from this career. I will be joining my boyfriend's company. If you guys didn't know, he is a real estate investor. He is dominating the Oregon market. So he fixes and flips homes. He doesn't do like the manual labor side of it. He does like the technical side of it. So he gets investors, he finds, you know, beater homes, and he ultimately has his team fix them, and then this is history. So I will be joining his company. I will just be helping out with overall management and also content creation. So it's literally my favorite thing in the world. So I'll have that income on the side apart from my personal social media. Because at the end of the day, my boyfriend just really wanted me to get my time and my freedom back. It just made him feel some type of way seeing me kind of just like strapped to my desk, doing all this work for mega billionaire companies and then not getting compensated well. So that's that. Let me know if you have more questions about this. I want to be as open and transparent with you guys as I can be, especially being that I do post my life on the internet. And so if there's any questions, don't be afraid to DM me. I'm more than happy to answer all your questions. I probably get accounting related questions at least twice a week, so don't be afraid. I'm always here to help out because a lot of people just don't really talk about the ups and downs of Big 4 or just, you know, this profession in general. So I'd be more than happy to answer any and all questions that you have. But anyways, with that being said, I have some very exciting opportunities coming up this year that I'm so grateful and so excited about, and I'm just so excited to pour all my energy into social media and to just creating, because it is legit my favorite thing in this world. I love creating content, I love collaborating with brands, and ultimately I love connecting with other creators. I've met a lot of my friends from the internet, and I just want to continue to grow these relationships while doing something that I absolutely love. But yeah, that is the tea. I was obviously very terrified to step away from something I've invested so much time and money in, but ultimately I am more excited than terrified at this point. I feel like it was long overdue for me to quit. I knew in the back of my head it was always gonna happen. I just didn't have like the courage to speak on it and to actually put it into action. So I'm just so excited. Yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna have so much time to invest into creating, and I'm so excited. I just honestly love this version of myself, just like, you know, ambitious in my creative era, and I just want to spend some time with her and just really tap into everything that I'm feeling about this new transition in my life. I'm ready for change, and I'm so excited for the upcoming opportunities this year, and I just feel like my vision board is finally coming to life, and I honestly couldn't be happier. So with that being said, if you are thinking about leaving, you know, accounting or just leaving a career in general, my biggest advice to you is to have a plan. And I know that sounds really cliche, but especially in like today's economic environment, it's just better to have a plan and to, of course, follow your, you know, passion, follow your dreams and everything. Just make sure you're responsible about it, because I know for me, I didn't want to step away earlier. I just wanted to make sure I was in a secure financial position to do so. That's just my little financial advice. That's all I'm gonna say. But I feel like that's the biggest life update that I have. Nothing else as dramatic as that is happening in my life. I'm just loving this era of change. I'm loving this version of myself, and I just want to be with her a little bit longer. I also put way too much contour on my nose, and I'm freaking out, so you're joking. That's the tea. And so if you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments or to just DM me personally on Instagram. So my DMs are always open to talk about it, and just overall like career change, or overall just like tips about social media, just things that I've learned while doing social media. This is the finished look. It's been great catching up. That's what you missed. I am so excited, and I feel so free, so liberated, and just in my putting myself first era. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you've been here since my like Central Washington days, volleyball days, accounting days, you know how pivotal of a moment this is for me and my just overall life and my career. And so if you stuck around for this long, I literally love you. I just want to give you a hug. I appreciate all your support throughout the years, and I just like can't believe this is actually happening. And if you're new here, I hope you're excited for this new era of me. But yeah, I'll still keep up like all my accounting videos because they honestly do pretty well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Love you, bye.